The first of these authors wrote a book particularly for women going through the transition known as menopause. Her book, The Menopause Reset, Get Rid of Your Symptoms and Feel Like Your Younger Self Again, is available now for free on Amazon. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Mindy Pelz. Hi, Mindy. How are you?
Hello. I'm great. Thank you for having me. I was just over here like nodding at everything you were saying. That poem was incredible.
Have you seen that? It's been making the rounds.
No, and I've been really looking into the Spanish flu and asking myself, like, what did we do after that? Because there were so many incredible lessons from it. So that poem
I
was
wonder who the people were like you. Like there must have been healthcare practitioners like you at that time. I would love to read one of their autobiographies now.
I have so many thoughts on it. Just in the chiropractic world alone, the chiropractic really emerged differently from that. So you can look at a lot of different holistic fields. They really blossomed from that because medicine didn't have a solution for the flu, just like what we're experiencing now.
Sounds familiar. Well, your book, obviously you picked your book topic long before we knew there was going to be a pandemic. But you and I have talked a lot about how menopause is such a huge time of change. I'm like heading right into it at 47. So I am for sure feeling it. First of all, why'd you write this book? But then also, why did you keep going? What do you want people to take from the Menopause Reset right now?
Yeah, I think the biggest message that I want people to get is that, or women to get, is that when we hit 40, we have a major organ in our body that starts shutting down. And that's our ovaries. Like our ovaries are like, I'm out, I'm done. I'm going to just over the next couple of years, like I'm just going to kick back and I'm going to hand all of the jobs that I've been doing to make estrogen and progesterone and testosterone, I'm just going to hand that over to a few other organs. And that is like a 10 to 15 year progression for women. So my big message to women and what I needed to discover for my own self was that your lifestyle has to change once you hit 40, or this menopause journey becomes really bumpy because you literally have an organ that is done with its job. So the book was my journey. It was what took me 10 years. I'm 50 now. So it took me 10 years to really figure out the pieces. There's 5 steps of a lifestyle change that I personally had to make. And I'm at 50, I'm so much better with all of the symptoms that come with menopause than I was at 45 after figuring this out.
So how do you think this ties in now at this particular time in history?
Yeah. Okay. So I have so many things to say to that. For starters, all you got to do is sit down with a glass of wine with a woman going through menopause and ask her about her anxiety. And just outside of the pandemic, how anxious is the menopausal woman? And now we put on top of that the uncertainty of what's going on, the quarantine at home, and it's really, really, it can flare up those menopause symptoms like nothing that I've ever seen. So even in the last couple of weeks, the messages that we are getting on our social media from women about how they're not sleeping, their anxiety's through the roof, they're gaining weight because they're just at home reaching for all the food that they can eat to calm them down. Like that, I feel like it's not fair. It's like I used to say, it's not fair that the menopausal woman is going through menopause as she's sending her children off to college. It's not fair that the menopausal woman is having to deal with all of the stress of today.
Yeah. So I know that you guys offer a ton of solutions in terms of immunity and overall wellness and different ways of taking care of ourselves, but this is a special focus for people going through menopause, perimenopause, and the challenges of that. What else is going on with you guys? Where can people find you if they want to learn more about the other things you offer?
Yeah, so probably one of the greatest places to find me is on YouTube. I do 3 videos a week on all the different lifestyle tools that you can apply. We have a free group on Facebook where we all fast together. I'm teaching people how to build a fasting lifestyle. And then I have I call it the Reset Academy, is a membership group where we actually get in small groups and help women solve their issues with lifestyle. I'm not a believer in what I call the magic mushroom. I'm not a believer that you sit there with problems and you take one supplement or one pill and it all goes away. I strongly believe there's a lifestyle that has to shift in order for us to meet the time of life that we're in. And right now you could say it's either immunity, it's menopause, what is it? But this isn't, there's not going to be a natural supplement. There's not going to be a drug that solves this. We've got to look at ourselves and ask ourselves what lifestyle changes we can make.
I think the thing for so many people right now is they've been putting that off, putting that off, putting that off, and now it's in your face.
Yeah.
Right. If maybe you've had hot flashes, maybe you've had brain fog, maybe you've had weight gain that's been really stubborn and harder, different for you to lose. And you've thought, I'll deal with this later. I'll deal with it later. All of a sudden now it's like, or now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you could take that and apply it to almost anything. I mean, immunity is the same thing. If you just looked up what immune compromised is, it's like, diabetics are like at the top of the list because of the lack of sugar control. So, it is a really tough time right now because we are under stress and it is kind of in our face that the hero of the day, this is one of my favorite lines from the book, is that the hero of the day is you. You're your own hero at this moment. So yeah. Nobody's coming to save you. But you can save yourself.
Well, that was much more obvious after the coronavirus than before. Agreed. It seemed so hopeful. I could go to my doctor and he would just give me the answer. But
absolutely agree. So, but we do it in a fun way for people. It's just, and that's a hard message for people to hear. But on all my platforms, like, I want to give you the power back. You have the power. You're born in a miracle. The miracle heals. You just got to adapt your lifestyle to where you are and what you can do to tap into that miracle.
You guys helped such a broad range of people that Jesse from Albuquerque asked a question I thought was perfect for you. Jesse wanted to know about picking a book topic. We've had probably 5 book topics right here that you could have written about. Is it best to pick what you're most passionate about, or did you have another approach to picking this one of all the things you could have written about?
So this is really funny because I still, to this day, I'm like, I wrote a menopause book. Like menopause is what my mother went through. Like, what? Like, I'm still kind of tripping out on that. So to answer Jesse's question, I wrote it because it was my journey. And I also wanted to write something that could have the biggest impact on the world. And I'm incredibly concerned about women as they go through menopause, because if they don't look at their lifestyle, if they don't get some of the imbalances addressed in their own body, that they set themselves up for disease. So, endocrine, like breast cancers, ovarian cancers, cardiovascular disease for women happens more often postmenopausal than premenopausal. So I chose it because I want to help as many people as I possibly can and make the largest impact on the world that I can.
I love that. Well, Dr. Mindy Pelz, she is the author of The Menopause Reset. Get rid of your symptoms and feel like your younger self again. You can see the link on the page. I think it's right below us. And that link to Amazon is free today. So get it for yourself, get it for a friend, maybe have an accountability buddy, walk through these 5 steps. And while you're at it, subscribe to Dr. Mindy's YouTube channel, track that down, and you guys can watch those videos together on Zoom. So thank you so much, Dr. Mindy.
Thank you for everything you do. Just such a huge fan of yours and what you're doing. So thank you.
Thank you.